Nick Rushworth is here for the newspapers. A bit of a look at what the papers are saying. You're starting out with a Venezuelan paper, aren't you, in fact, Nick? Nicolas Maduro elected as president.
Well, he's won, and now we've got the Venezuelan papers talking about his first speech and his call for a great national dialogue. The quote in El Universal is, "Every day, Bolivarian forces, Chavez forces are more united. I want to tell you clearly, if all the opposition had been united like we were and taken part, we would still be celebrating our victory in the same way." Now, Stuart, there is actually a news feed, not a paper, not a print paper, called the Bolivarian News, which we can go to. And I loved the Bolivarian messaging here. We've got in there, you can see Viva la Independencia. If we go to the tweet, it says, "In a totally legitimate election free of fraud and without the slightest hint of vote rigging, Comandante Nicolas Maduro has won and will continue the revolution." So that's tweeting there on that Bolivarian News tweet feed. Now, among the papers that are critical is El Universo in Ecuador, which has a depiction of Maduro pouring the blood of the Venezuelan people into the ballot box. That cartoonist Bonil there in Ecuador, he depicts there Venezuelans lying on the ground, bled dry by what we've seen now years that the Venezuelan crisis has been going on.
OK, and you've looked at other papers outside South America as well, haven't you?
Well, I turned to the Miami Herald, which has a piece, "Can Venezuela survive another Maduro victory?" Now, it's arguing that the focus needn't necessarily be on the opposition, which is fractured, it's not at all united, but maybe it's better to focus on internal power struggles, which could dismantle the current situation in terms of Maduro, because the vice president, Diosdado Cabello, has his eyes on the Miraflores presidential palace. And internal power struggles could be the determining factor in this new term for Maduro. Will he be able to survive within his own power setting when the government's not going to be able to respond to even basic needs? So many horrible facts about Venezuela, but one that stood out for me just now is hospitals have little more than aspirin to give people. So absolutely extreme and extraordinary for what was an oil-rich country.
Let's turn to the UK now for this next story. Front page of the Independent you pulled out.
Well, a parliamentary committee of MPs is reporting on what it calls Moscow's gold and pointing the finger at Theresa May and her government, saying you're not doing enough to take on corrupt Russian money in the UK. There you can see the Independent's headline. Now, this is all following the attempted murder of Sergei Skripal and his daughter. There was a lot of robust rhetoric, a lot of activity, but the paper there, Independent, saying, well, what we've got is business as usual. Let's go to the Daily Mirror, left-leaning in the UK, a tabloid, and it's saying all the dirty Russian money is sloshing around London is a risk to security. MPs want fresh sanctions. It says, despite the attempted assassination, what we've got here is just no kind of hypocrisy of the British government here.
Italy is all over the papers as well. This is one piece that you can see on the front of Le Figaro here in the newspapers. Of course, we've seen Italian governments come and go over the decades. However, this latest one, beginning work this Monday, drawing quite a lot of attention.
Well, there, the Le Figaro is saying that, of course, Brussels is really worried. It's getting the cold sweats about whether this anti-system, anti-establishment government will actually really pull away from budget discipline and spark a crisis. Let's go to La Stampa, where the Italian press not focusing on that. It's focusing on this man, Giuseppe Conte, which is an unknown figure in Italian life, Italian politics, a lawyer. He could be prime minister from today. He's the compromised choice for the two leaders, Luigi Di Maio of the Five Star and the Matteo Salvini of the Lega. Now, to end this press review, just let's go to this last story in La Repubblica, which is a slamming indictment of the whole of Italian politics, taking the two men there who have been in negotiations to set up a government. There they have no identity, no past, no direction. This is a government of narcissists. The two leaders are narcissists. And so I was like, I don't think I'm going to bother reading that one in full because I get the picture quite clearly. So Italian politics, very vibrant, but scaring Europe indeed, in terms of what exactly will this anti-system, anti-establishment party coalition do.
OK, we can find that piece in La Repubblica. Thanks very much, Nick. Nick Rush with the newspapers here on France 24.